Okay, today we are continuing lesson 1.6, and your learning goal today, let's all say it together. I can
compare decimal days greater than
Okay, close. This one right here, I can compare decimals using, this one's called less than, this one's greater than, and this one's equal to. Okay, but close enough. Good. Using, this is less than, greater than, or equal to. Please compare 13,196 and 13,296, right? A comparison equation that shows me using one of these symbols how you would compare these two numbers. So Ben, you wrote this math number sentence in your notebook. Can you explain to us what you wrote?
I wrote that 13,296 is bigger than 13,196.
Right, so reading it from left to right, you wrote 13,196 is less than 13,296. You got it. Can you explain to us, how did you think about that in your head? What were the steps that you were thinking?
So first I looked at the biggest number, the 13, but they're both the same.
So you looked at this part and you saw that they're all the same. Okay.
And then I looked at the hundreds place, and that other one was bigger.
He looked at then the hundreds place, which is the first number that's different, and he saw that a 2 has more value than the 1, right? 200 has more value than the 100. So you use the less than sign. Let's remember that when we use these symbols, the smaller number is always on the small side, right? Because how many of you guys have learned about this being an alligator? Yeah. Right? And the alligator, well, this is an interesting alligator. The alligator wants to eat the larger side. Okay, so the alligator's mouth always points to the larger side. Go ahead and draw yourself a quick place value chart, just like this. All you need to do is draw a couple horizontal lines, maybe 3 horizontal lines, and a couple vertical lines. Go ahead and set that up really quickly. And then what you can do is you can write the numbers in your place value chart. So I have 12 hundredths and 2 hundredths. Now we can compare one place value at a time. Let's look at the ones place. Do I have the same digit in the ones place or different digits? Same, okay. Let's look at the tenths place. Do I have the same digit or different digits in the tenths place? Same. Let's look at the hundredths place. Do I have the same digit or different digits in the hundredths place?
Different.
Okay, I have a 1 and a 0. Which one has more value? 100. So which number is bigger? 12 thousandths or 2 thousandths?
12 thousandths.
So we can write that by writing 12 thousandths is greater than 2 thousandths. So if we know that this first fraction is 29 thousandths, let's write that into our place value chart. 29 thousandths. What's the second number in word form? What's this number, this fraction in word form? 3 what? Aditya? 3 tenths. So let's go ahead and write that right under it in our place value chart. 3 tenths. Let's compare one place value at a time. What's my largest place value I've written a number for? Even if the number is 0. What's my largest place value here? Reagan?
0. No.
The 0 is in the what's place?
1.
Ones place. Do I have the same number in the ones place? Yes, right? They're both 0. So let's move on to the next place value. What place value is this one? Tenths. Let's look at the tenths. Do I have the same place value? No. Which one's bigger? 3 or 0?
3 tenths.
So that means that 3 tenths is greater than what? 29 thousandths. When the problem asks you to order it from the least to greatest, I like to use a place value chart because it helps me figure out if I have all of my numbers, place values lined up. Okay, so my first number is 0.413. My second number is 0.056. My third number, I need to make my place value chart a little bit bigger, is 0.164. And my last number is 0.531. Now,
So
I like using a place value chart because it helps me make sure all my decimal points are lined up and all my place values are lined up. Why is it important to make sure that my decimal points and my place values are all lined up? Talk to your table group. Why is it important? So it's very important. Sometimes, we might be a little sloppy in life, but when we're comparing decimals and comparing numbers, it's very important that we're very neat and organized and line up all the place values and all the decimal points. Otherwise, our comparisons will not be correct. So let's take a look. Are all the decimal points lined up?
Yes.
If all the decimal points are lined up, that means that our ones place, our tenths place, our hundredths place, and our thousandths place are all lined up. Okay, so looking down at the ones place, are there any numbers that are different? No. Okay, so that means that we need to move on. We can ignore that part. Let's look at the tenths place. Are all the digits the same?
No.
No. Which one's the biggest? Ella, thank you for raising your answer hand.
The last one, which is a 5, is the biggest.
So 531 thousandths. Okay, that one we're done with. Which one's the next biggest? Which one's the next biggest? Aaliyah?
The 6. Oh, the 4.
Yeah, remember we're comparing in the tenths place. So this one's the next one. 413 thousandths. Which one's the next biggest? Arhan?
The third one.
The third one. Okay, what is that number in word form? 164 thousandths. And then finally, the smallest one is this one with a 0 in the tens place, which is 56 thousandths. Now, I've written the numbers from biggest to smallest, so I know that this is greater than that one, this is greater than that one, and this is greater than that one. Am I finished answering this question? You want to be careful because the directions specifically tell me to put these numbers in order from the least, which means the smallest, to the greatest, which means the biggest. Is that what I did here? No. Now, this is a very common fabulous fail because all it takes is not paying attention to the directions. Do I show that I know how to compare decimals by doing this? Yes, but would I get all the points correct on a test? No. Okay, so that's a really sad mistake to make. So what you might do then is fix it, and let me try to fix it. When it says to order numbers either from least to greatest or greatest to least, I want to see you write a greater than, less than, or equal to sign in between them. Okay, because that shows me you know the relationship between those numbers. Arun.